Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. I'm Lady Snow, owner of Lady Snow Meditation. Today, we are going to talk about toxic masculinity. Um, Now, some may not be aware that this behavior is toxic, but it is honest. But it honestly needs to end. So, what toxic masculinity is a is a stereotype that everyone expects men to be tough, um, hardworking, or not hardworking, but like the breadwinner, and like they don't have emotions, and or they are not allowed to express themselves as much as women are allowed to express themselves. It's a very toxic way of thinking, and that's something that I want to help enhance the knowledge enough to end um it. So a big one is not allowing guys to cry. This can be done by parents. It's typically through father to son, um or it can be just guys hanging out and guys behaving that way to other men. A lot of times it comes from other men, but it can come from others as well. But I think some of that is because so they were taught a certain way, so um that's why they treat other men that way. But it's a guy needs to be able to express their emotions. If they don't express their emotions, like crying, um or like just in a healthy manner, and just be as expressionless. Let me be quite frank with you. Even I have trouble expressing my emotions in the um at with crying. When I was a teenager, I lived with my dad, and my dad's girlfriend, I call girlfriend, but that was his wife. But he wasn't technically married to her. But she would be abusive, and she would then yell at me and say, why you crying, to the point that I lost the ability to cry. I do cry very rarely, but it's not in front of others. So I want to say I kind of understand you guys, but it's not the same. So, but you need to make sure you express yourself other than pride and um um other than pride and um pride and happiness and stuff. um you can have as many emotions that women do. It's okay, and if somebody's not fine with that, that's their issue. um then the next thing is guys needing to be financially stable. I want to say this. So no matter who you're, man or woman, you should work on being financially stable. um both um both ways, not just one way. But you should be able to take care of yourself. If you're 18 years or older, you should just take care of yourself. But when you fall on troubled times, it's not. And if somebody loses their and if a man loses their job, or if a man um goes homeless or something, or struggles, it is not okay to to dehumanize them and treat them less, because men and women are the same, and they deserve to be treated the same way, um with respect and care. Of course, you still have to get back on your feet and work on finding a job, and um but if definitely if you're married or in a serious relationship to the point that you're living together, the woman should help out the man as well. And to the woman, um you should be spoiling your man just as much as the man spoils you. It should go both ways, not just one way. Um, and yeah, and back in the day, yes, um, men typically brought home um the money and stuff, but nowadays, and I'm not saying it was right then either, but nowadays the income is based where two people have to be working to be able to survive and to be able to live. This will the the this world is now set up where two people have to be working to be able to provide for each other. So it is not okay. And I'm not saying anything against if somebody wants to um tell ask their woman, or if a woman wants to stay home and raise the kids or something, that's okay. Like, but it should be a choice between the both of you. And there was another thing. I want to make this clear. So, men can stay home and raise the kid too. There's nothing wrong with that. And anyone that says differently is being very toxic. And that is a stereotype, and that is not okay. Okay, physical violence to men is not girl power. Okay, whenever a girl like hits a guy or slaps a guy or even sexually abuses a guy, it's considered funny or humorous, and it's oh girl power. Like, yeah, you go girl. Like, no, it is not acceptable for a man to get abused. Like, that's abuse. And it is not okay just because you're a woman to a guy. That is sexist and abusive. That needs to end. And if you see that anywhere, you need to call it on it. And yes, you probably will get people going at you, but it needs to be called out and um confronted. And then abuse can happen to men too. So this includes emotional abuse. This includes sexual abuse. A man can be sexually abused to by a man or by a woman as well. Women can sexually abuse men as well. Like, and men need to be more open about abuse. And I know that um other men kind of bully you guys for it, but or pick on you for it, but it is not acceptable. And the more you talk about it, the more it's known and the more it's said that it's unacceptable. If you allow it to go on and you don't say anything, like that's not okay, like then it just go on. You need to be the first step to stop it. So it is not okay. And you can be abused by anyone. Like, you can be abused by another guy, you can be abused by a woman. In some cases you can be you anyone can be abusive, and yeah, and yeah, you need to leave a abusive situation, no matter who it is. And if a friend is being toxic to you and won't let you express yourself or won't let you be open about abuse, then or if they laugh at you, that's not a friend. You need to let them go. And then there's two things I want to mention in this video. So I want to mention how I want to mention this because it's for guys, and I also want to help women understand men a little bit more. And I know I'm not a guy, but so men have I believe it happens once a month too, but men have emotional times too where their emotions get haywire, kind of like a period, but they don't bleed or anything. But they get they get in the same way that women can get as well. So be aware that give the guys a break if they're moody, um, uh, once in a while. And then I also do want to mention 1/3 of the population that commits suicide is all men. So yeah, a very high um this is a very high concern of mine because it means that toxic masculinity is really high, because if it was lower, if guys were more open to expressing themselves and more open about it, the suicide rates would drop because they would have somebody to talk to and have. And to the men, I want to say it is okay to get counseling, or it is okay to talk to somebody, find somebody to talk to, find some services. Men can get domestic violence services too, and I do understand that there's less services, but I at least know Awake in Anchorage, Alaska has services for men. Yes, you can't stay in the shelter, but they still do have services for guys. So just because it says woman doesn't mean it's just for women. But check around, there's less services, and I do think it's sexist as well, but there are some, so be aware of that. Yeah, and I just want to mention how to end it. Like I said, I kind of talked about it kind of in the video. So quit teaching your if you have a son, be sure to teach them that expressing themselves is okay and acceptable. And it is okay to show emotions, and call it out on Facebook or whatever if you see it. Um, and just be a comforting ear to the men as well. Sorry about that. But yeah, just work on helping bring out more, and hopefully if this gets attention, I'll do more videos for men as well. I just can't, except for this specific one, I can't think of topics. but do know that I do a few for women. So I want to do some for men specifically as well. So if you can think of a topic, just let me know and I will work on that. And also because of course this is good for the woman as well, and I won't reject it for women, but I'm going to say this for men. But if you guys ever need anybody to talk to, you can always message my fan account or send me fan mail. And if you're like, um, I'll open up my fan mail for like a advice line too. So if you guys ever need advice or like somebody to talk to, I have Facebook page, Instagram, and then I have my fan mail. So, and then also my email, which I just changed, and I do pay attention to that too. Lady Snow at Lady Snow Meditation at Hotmail. Lady Snow Meditation at outlook.com. So that is my email. So if you ever want to send me a business thing, or if you ever just need someone to vent to, or um anything like that, of course you can always comment in the comment section. But if you want it more privatized, yeah, feel free to do that as well. And then, so I feel like I rambled for this video a lot of it, but I was trying to get into a lot of detail about just everything. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share my videos, and click the bell notification to stay updated. Also like me on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram too. I also have a fan page on Facebook and Instagram that I will put a link to in the space below. I also have a fan mailbox too, which all that I just mentioned, I know I'm just saying it again. So if you would like to send me any, you can. I would love to hear from you all of you too. So leave a comment below. You're welcome to ask any questions or suggest a topic as well. I'll see you next Wednesday at 8 a.m. Love you all. Have a wonderful day.